So you want to make complex hard surface models in Blender, but no matter how careful you are, or how much time you spend adding edge loops and trying to get everything lined up perfectly, the Boolean operation always causes problems, and you end up having to spend a lot of extra time cleaning up the mesh. That's why I started using Plasticity for most of my hard surface modeling, because you can easily make complex models like this one without any of the issues that come from Booleans in Blender. And in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to get your Plasticity models into Blender with a simple click of a button. But first, you'll need to download the Blender Bridge add-on from the Plasticity website. It's free to download, and there's a link in the description. And once you have the zip file downloaded and saved somewhere on your computer, open up Blender, go to the Edit menu, Preferences, Add-ons, and click here on this down arrow and choose Install from Disk. Then go to the folder where you saved the zip file, select it, and click the Install button. Then make sure it's enabled, save Preferences, and close the window. And now, over here in the side menu, you have this Plasticity tab. But before you can use it, you'll need to open up Plasticity, go to Preferences, Server, and make sure the server is enabled. And here's a model that I already made. And you can see here on the reference image, the dimensions are metric, and this base radius is 54 millimeters, and my units are set to millimeter. And this will be important to remember once I get over to Blender. I'll want to verify that the model is the correct size, and I'll show you an easy way to do that. But before I send this model over to Blender, I'm going to hide this reference image and come up here and save the file. Then I'll jump over to Blender, and here in the Plasticity menu, I'll click this Connect button. And it might take a few seconds for the model to appear, but if you don't see it, just click this Refresh button, and now the model appears. And just to be clear, you do need to have your model open in Plasticity. You can't connect to a saved file, it has to be open in the program. So now that the model is visible, there are a few options here. You can have a triangulated mesh or n-gons. And right now it's set to tris. So I'll switch to edit mode, and you can see the mesh is triangulated. And it's up to you how you want your mesh, but I normally like n-gons, so I'll select it and then hit refacet. And now you see I have a much cleaner mesh, but it's blocky. And that's where these tolerance and angle values come into play. If I set the tolerance to something like 0.001 and hit refacet, now the mesh is a little smoother. So I'll set it to 0.0001, and now it's quite a bit smoother. And the default angle setting is 0.45, so I'll zoom into this fillet here, and I'll change the angle to 0.1 and hit refacet, and now these fillets are a lot smoother. But I think 0.45 is okay, so I'll switch it back. And there are other utilities down here at the bottom, but I don't really use these, so I won't be covering them. And you also have some advanced options, which allow you to manually dial in the settings that you want. But I've found that these settings here do a pretty good job for most models. But there is one more thing I want to talk about, which is this live link option. If you enable it, and then go back over to Plasticity, and maybe you want to add another hole right here. So I'll create a circle and extrude it down, and then select the model, hit Q or click the Boolean tool here, select the cylinder, make sure you're set to difference, and click OK to punch a hole through. Then I'll delete the circle, hit save, and as soon as I jump back over to Blender, you see the model has been updated to include the new hole. And that's a pretty nice feature, but I don't use it much. I like to manually update the model, so if I disable the live link, jump back over to Plasticity, and I'll punch a hole through this cylinder right here. Then I'll delete the circle, hit save, jump back over to Blender, and you see that the new hole isn't here. But after I hit refresh, there it is. So it's up to you. If you like the live link or you want to manually update the model, you have that option. But one thing to remember, if I switch to edit mode, since I updated the model, it's back to being triangulated again. So you'll need to hit refacet, and now it's back to n-gons. So you can bridge your model into Blender at any time and continue making changes in Plasticity as long as you have the file connected here. But once you're finished, you can disconnect, and that will break the link to Plasticity, and now the model is part of your Blender file. I was just editing this video and realized I forgot to mention this only visible option. Over here in Plasticity, if I have some other objects off to the side that I don't want to delete for whatever reason, I can hide them, hit save, jump back over to Blender and hit refresh. And you see they show up over here in the outliner. They're hidden from view, but they do still get imported. If you don't want any extra objects to come through with the model, enable this only visible option, and then hit refresh again, and now you can see that only the base model is showing up. I also promised to show you how to double check to make sure your model is the correct size. So here in Plasticity, you remember my reference image has metric dimensions and my units are set to millimeter. So over here in Blender, I'll come over to the scene properties and my units are already set to metric, but I'll change the length value to millimeter. Then I'll hit Shift A and add a cylinder. I'll set the vertices to 64 and the depth to 10. And the radius is supposed to be 54, so I'll punch that in and that looks perfect. So the model is the correct size. And now that you've seen how to send your Plasticity models to Blender, check out one of these videos here on screen to see how to actually create models in Plasticity. And before you go, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.